it
It's
easy.
true.
We'll
It's
save it
true.
for the
No, it's
show. Save
true.
it for the show.
It's freaking true.
Ready?
You're
Five,
right.
four,
Now, you know.
Yeah.
five, four, three.
I knew too.
Holy smokes! Just trying to start the show. Holy cow! I can't wait. Five, four, three, two, one.
Ah.
So, it's your boy Big Reg coming to you with a disappointing. Following the disappointing loss of the Michigan Wolverines to the Ohio State University Buckeyes. I don't want to say, well, you know what? It is what it is. Congratulations to the Buckeyes. They played a heck of a game. They outscored us, what was it, 27-9? And yeah, it just was not a close game after the first half was over. 2-1 in time of possession. You know what? I thought we couldn't do any worse passing the ball after last season's edition of the game, where we only passed for 62 yards. And thank God, you know what? I was wrong. I was right, because we did do better than last year. Last year, we passed for 62 yards. This year, we passed for 63. So I raise my glass to that. Hopefully, by next year, we'll pass for 64. Joining me today to I don't know, commiserate, mourn, et cetera, et cetera. First, as always, producer Jay Bizzle, who's on his way to a hot date.
No, I'm coming back from a bar who got constantly ridiculed by a Buckeye sitting across from me. And it just gave him glaring faces. But I'm glad I sold my tickets. I knew we were going to lose. On to basketball.
Holy smokes, this guy, he was one of the reasons why there were so many Buckeyes in the big house. Next, joining us, this man has been chomping at the bit. He's been so angry all day. It's the one, the only, Mr. Squarehead.
I got 3 words.
Mm.
I told you so. I told you so.
You so, you
This
so.
this is a culmination of everything I've been saying about Bryce Underwood, and it showed even from the play calling. But I'll hold my analysis until we get through the intros.
Holy smolies. Next, this man got on the call angry. He looks angry even now. He looks sad and depressed. It's the one, the only nameless guest.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Finally, this man.
Oscar worthy
I
that
know.
was.
Holy cow. I don't know. You couldn't even write a better introduction than that. That says it all. And finally, the one, the only JC from Sunnyside.
I'm so agitated right now. So agitated. I had to be on here or else I'll pick a fight with every member of my family for not picking up this or that. Lights are off, feeling gloomy. I'm sure when the dust settles, we could pick out some positive things from this season. But right now, I just feel so agitated.
I know that.
Agitated.
I think that's the key word today. Everything was very, very aggravating, very, very frustrating. There's nothing clean about today. There was no plays or moments in the game where you felt satisfied or was a satisfactory play or possession or drive or defensive stand, except for that. Well, even the one time when we stopped them on the goal line. We had to like stop them on third and short like 7 times in a row because Hausman gives the referee a headbutt. Everything was a struggle today.
J bar, J bar.
J-Bar.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
J Bar. Barsham. Sorry, my fault. My fault. I'm a little drunk. Wow, everybody's left speechless. What is there more to say after this game?
I mean, I think this has been the season. We are disappointed, and then something happens. We're like, oh,
Mhm.
and then we're like, oh,
Mhm.
and then we play well against Maryland and Washington at Nebraska, but then we have Oklahoma,
Mhm.
USC, and I feel like Oklahoma, I understood, right? Second game of the season, away, big game, night game, Bryce's first like huge game. We lay an egg, disappointed, frustrated. But this is the last game of the season at home against your rival. How are we going to just pass for only 63 yards? How are we going to call only 5 pass plays in the first quarter? How is Ernest Hausman going to do whatever he's doing and not show up for his team. I mean, I think they're Marshall. Why is Marshall in there? He's got one shoulder. He can't catch that pass. He can't raise his arms.
It was good.
Oh,
Oh, it was
and
it was it was hard to watch.
and
Everything
the
was hard
D,
to watch.
and the D line.
Oh,
The D line. That's the trenches. I said it. This is the recipe to win the game. We were in it the first quarter, but after that, the wheels came off. No, we lost the trenches. We couldn't, stop them on offense. They were just outmatched. Our secondary was outmatched.
This is a coaching disaster. First of all, let me just start with the positive. I'll start with the positive here. The positive is that we weren't supposed to win this game.
yeah.
Ohio State was supposed to win. So it's not like we upset them like we've done in the past, last year, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. This is a game that they're supposed to win. So fine, they won. But this is a coaching disaster. Think about it. You're talking about the D-line. They couldn't run the ball in the first quarter, first half of the first. And then they realized, okay, we're going to start throwing the ball. And for some reason, there's like no pressure on the quarterback. Sayan is literally standing there, picking apart and throwing to his like third and fourth check down. That's how much time he had. And Wink doesn't make any adjustments. I mean, we're rushing 3, maybe 4 the entire first half. Like, do some corner blitzes or just change up something where we are going to pressure the quarterback. Like, what are they doing? I just don't understand. I've been saying this. If I've said this once, I've said it like a million times. This coaching staff does not make any in-game adjustments. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Well, it was going to be a tough choice. You either commit more resources to rushing the quarterback or staying back to defend the pass. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. The reason why we didn't have to do it last year was because our front four was so awesome. This year, our front four does not get that same pressure, and it killed us.
But that's what everyone knows, and yet we still didn't even try on any of those different things that we were trying to even play back. That's when they scored those long passing touchdowns. It wasn't we maybe sent one guy, maybe a 5-on-5 type of matchup, but there was no DB blitz. There was nothing creative, nothing off the mark. It was just vanilla Wink, Martindale, crappy defense that just gets picked apart. The bend don't break does not work with high-end teams. And we've already seen it. We've seen it with all the other teams that we've played against, that they just pick apart, that bend don't break, and he does nothing innovative. If I had a list of people I want fired, Wink Martindale's number 1, actually.
Oh my word.
Chip Lindsey, Lindsey is actually a close second because that was a horrible offensive play calling game. It was even vanilla. It was just.
Let me ask you this though: how much of that play call was Chip Lindsey versus Bryce not making the right read for a given play that was called? What percentage is that? How much is on the play call, and how much is on Bryce not making the right read for that particular play?
I'm gonna say it's. I'm gonna caveat it's the play calling because Bryce cannot make those reads at all. So he shouldn't even have the option. There should be no plays designed that take more than 3 seconds for him to do. That's what, it was astonishing that Andrew Marsh, our number 1 wide receiver, is not getting the ball. He got once, which was a PI call, right? But other than that, no 5-yard hitch, no slant, no wide receiver screens that was even close to it. We didn't even see those. Where were those? And this was just a total F up by any of the coaching staff. And so with Squarehead's approval, I say fire everyone.
Holy smolies.
If you're saying we can't call those plays, you're essentially saying Bryce shouldn't be the quarterback.
No, I'm not saying don't call the plays. I'm saying call the plays, but it's up to the players to make the right read.
Yeah, so I'm talking to producer JB.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that you got to keep Bryce in that. My biggest concern for Bryce is from the start of the season till now. I mean, you could see his physical talent,
Mhm.
but his mental progression and development is a huge concern of mine. I haven't seen the football IQ, the college football IQ get better. In high school, he could have got he gets away with it because he's head and shoulders above everybody else, right? Just physical dominance. But against a team like OSU, number one team in the country, he's got to be able to read
Mhm.
first, second, third progression and not throw like 100 miles an hour passes to your tight end who's not even looking at you yet. He hasn't even broken off the route, 5 yard route. Come on.
Wait, let me ask you this though. How much of that inability to scan and read defenses is Bryce? And how much of it is the fact that his O-line is getting killed at various spots? I'm not going to name names, but there was a couple dudes that was getting mollywopped this
Mhm.
game on the offensive line. The
Yeah,
offensive
but
line in pass pro was not shining. I'll put it that
hey,
way.
if you're playing against an NFL first, second round, every single one of those D linemen is projected first, second, third round of NFL draft. I mean, you're playing against a top tier defensive line,
Yeah.
and if you're expecting our line to hold up, which we already knew, it was
Yeah.
falsely advertised as a Joe Moore offensive winning
Not
thing,
winning,
but
nominated. Let's be fair.
Semifinalist. Come on, semifinalist.
semifinalist. But like that's the play calling. That's the offensive play caller who knows I have a rookie QB. I need to get the ball out of his hands in less than 3 seconds and stop doing this nonsense progression reading type of thing. Let the guy sling the ball. I mean, that's we're talking about this in the pregame. Is like let Bryce do Bryce, and they didn't. They just let him just stay in the pocket, didn't roll him out. I mean, he ran a few QB runs in the beginning just to get them off track, which was horrible. And like it was just there was nothing to help Bryce through that game. So I have to put it more on the coaching than actual Bryce.
I have a confession at this juncture.
Whoa.
Uh, I never believed in this team. And it started from the beginning of the season. And I never believed, no, nor did any other Wolverine in last year's
Oh my
squad
God.
against the Suckeyes. It's just that last year we pulled off the biggest laugher of a miracle I think you're ever going to see in the next 30 years, okay? That was just a earth-shattering shocker. For us to like it was agonizing knowing what happened last year. We can't help ourselves. We are hopeless, diehard Wolverine sucker fans that just have a memory of what happened last year, and all the while I'm trying my best to be rational and repress that. It's like, but we're at home, and you never know, and let's just see how it goes. And no, no, no. What was always going to happen happened, and it's depressing. I'm beyond myself. They are. I hate to say it. They're better. They're better.
I
They've been
I have a
better.
confession.
They will be better. They're just flat out
Oh,
better, and
what
it
about
freaking
will be?
sucks.
Will
Go,
be?
go.
Come on.
I have a confession. I I I think Bryce Underwood doing Bryce is sitting on the sideline counting his millions of NIL money
Oh.
and never playing for Michigan again. I hope he transfers. I'll say it right now. I hope he transfers. He sucks, man. I'm telling you, you guys can't see it on TV, but I guarantee you, if you were at that game, there are players, receivers that are open. And you know what he does? He gets so nervous. Like, they'll call a play and he'll either throw the ball to his number one option, regardless if there's like five people around him or not, aka that throw that he made to McCauley amongst like three or four Ohio State guys, or he'll check down to his fourth option running back who's literally right next to him because he that's his panic move. He'll just dump it off to him. He cannot read a defense pre during, or even after the game, I guarantee you, if you sit down with him and look at the film, he'll be like, I told you this after the Maryland game. He's not smart enough to be an elite quarterback. And I don't think he's ever going to get smart enough to become an elite quarterback.
No.
That's where I don't agree.
No,
This
guy saying is a sophomore. You think Bryce Underwood is going to be at the level of saying next year?
He's going to be
Heisman
above
talk?
saying, beyond what he's doing.
I guarantee you,
if
Bryce Underwood is in Heisman talks next year, this time, I will give Mr. Naked Man a call. I will give Mr. Naked Man a call. JB, you know what I'm talking about.
You may want that, but we don't want that.
I don't need a third and long.
Third and short.
Okay? This guy, come on, get out of here.
Third and short in the snow. Come on, that's cold.
Oh, shrivel ball. Yeah. So, if we're doing confessions, I'm gonna do a confession. I was bullied into making a prediction last time of Michigan blowing out OSU, but that was actually my flip prediction. That was actually OSU score versus Michigan score. I think I said 35-10 or something like that. But I think we all knew it once we started kicking field goals instead of punching the ball in. And it was a slow going. And, if we get a silver lining, Zavada, it was tough conditions. He kicked the field goals perfectly. That's great. That's great to see. But you knew it. You could tell, like, we didn't have the pop that we usually have. Usually try to smack them like a lot in the beginning, and we were getting good runs. The Marshall run was really good, even though he has only one hand, one functioning arm, and all those things. But after a while, once you started to see that we could not get any big plays that were definitively like not just flukes on there, then you could tell like it was just going to go downhill. But hey, it was a great season.
We didn't have our best player on offense, Justice Hayes. We didn't have arguably the best player on defense, Ernest Hausman. It was going to be a tough uphill battle. Arguably.
Don't forget Max Bredesen. I mean, come on. What are we going to do without him? Come on.
Max Bredesen. Rod Moore out for the season. Never really suiting up. Him being healthy all season would have been also a game changer for that secondary. He'll not have been in there. So, it is what it is. I think the fact that that interception got my hopes up because I knew that it was going to be a tough game to win, even at home, even under those weather conditions. But that interception, 3 points, first pass, interception. Holy cow, we could do this. And then just a dud, third, fourth quarter, 19 play, 12-minute drive. When's the last time someone did that to the Michigan defense?
I want to just agree with Square up on a couple things before I have to go. I actually agree. Bryce simply is not good. Was not good. Where I differ is I'm not 100% positive he's going to be amazing, but I do believe. I just confessed what I didn't believe, but I do believe he will be demonstrably better second and third year. Now, if that don't happen, we're up a creek, okay? But I knew he wasn't going to be adequate. There was no way he could read the coverages. I mean, he didn't have it, and Chip knows it. So a lot of our questions, a lot of our frustrations, Chip's been knowing it. He knows tons more football than any of us jokers. We know what we got. They know what they got. It gave him experience, but next year we need a reload. We need so much more than what we have to be even close to the same level as the Suckeyes, or it's just going to be multi-year pain. It's not looking pretty, and I can't stand for this. I cannot. It's too painful. Over and out.
Scott, well, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for darkening the day a little bit more. Nameless guest out. Holy smolies. I, for one, am still looking at the bright side of things. I think Bryce Underwood's going to take a huge leap forward in year two, full off season, et cetera, et cetera. The kid's only, what, barely 19 years old? I mean, come on. Let's not get crazy about, where his trajectory is. I think he's going to be more than fine, more than adequate. Still think he's going to be a superstar. Um, I mean, look at Dante Moore. Dante Moore in his first season as a starter in UCLA was awful, absolutely awful. Bryce is a lot better than or further along than he was than Dante Moore was. Oh yeah, he was. Come on, Dante Moore was a turnover machine his first year as a starter at UCLA. If there's one thing that Bryce doesn't do is turn the ball over very much this season. I mean, he had the couple at what was it, Northwestern, but other than that, he kept the interceptions and turnovers at a low. So still see a huge, huge high ceiling for Bryce, and I think he's still going to be the man to lead Michigan to a national championship.
Why are we talking about basketball?
Scott, we just got done with this game. Holy smolies!
God, I'm on to basketball.
So you're saying that Michigan is going to win a national championship within the next 2, possibly 3 years?
Yes, yes, with Bryce. Because, like I said, if you look at even Dante Moore, what is he now, a junior? His freshman year, he was horrible. He was horrible. Sophomore year, he was adequate. And now third year, they were talking about him as a Heisman contender, especially with that Oregon team that only has one loss in the season. So like I said, the trajectory for Bryce Underwood's career, in my mind, it's still a very, very, very high ceiling, upward trajectory. You know what I'm saying?
I think
I'm
so.
not
I
worried.
think I think next year we have one of the youngest rosters in the Big Ten, if not I think the youngest.
Yep.
Our O-line is young. We get Babaloa back,
Yep.
right? 5-star.
Yep.
I think our O-line will be strong. I think we get a couple of pieces. Savion Hyder coming in. He'll be a difference maker.
Yep.
So we need a couple of weapons on the outside. We just can't rely on Marsh. We need a couple other weapons. We need to prioritize that in the offseason. I'm also concerned about the D line. Who's stepping up? Rashawn Benny was supposed to be the guy this year to fill the middle, and he really hasn't done a whole lot. Derek Moore disappeared in big games.
Especially this one. He didn't do. I don't think he
Nothing.
had maybe one pressure all game.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Oh,
So we need guys to step up in the trenches on the defensive side of the ball. I think Cole Sullivan will be good. He'll be fine. I don't know if Rolder's still around next year.
I think he
He
has
is?
one more season left. Yeah.
All right, Rolder,
Yeah,
he's pretty
already.
solid.
His Rolder's okay. He got his ankles broken early on in the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
One play. Holy smokes.
He's all right. He's all right.
God, come on.
One play. Come on.
I think both ankles and both knees are torn after that little stutter step there.
Wow.
Man, you're such a hater. Holy smolies. This guy, come on. Chris Tang used to do that to you all the time in the CCRB.
Whoa.
Bezzy.
Keep the Tanger's name out of your mouth. Keep the Tanger's name out of your mouth.
Raise a glass to the Tanger.
Oh, go send him this podcast, please.
We got a new subscriber. I can't tell you who it is. I'll tell you off air. Anyway.
No, we got a new subscriber. His name is Jeff Palooza, right?
Who's that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Why are you giving out government names on the podcast? Holy smokes.
Listen, a buddy of mine from New Jersey, he's a PSU fan. And so, he's a PSU fan. He doesn't know what winning is.
No,
he doesn't know what winning is. He doesn't know what championships are. So I was hoping to get him a victory today. But shout out to Jeff Palooza, buddy from New Jersey. I hope you're watching, but I'm sorry to disappoint.
Jeff from New Jersey. I'll beep out your last name. Don't worry. I got you covered, big guy. Anywho, holy smokes. I'm not. If it's confession time, I'll confess. I'm not depressed about this win. I'm disappointed, of course. I'm not happy, of course, but I'm not depressed just because you kind of knew what was going to happen this game. Like if things fell our way, especially like we were saying after that first interception of saying if we had punched it in for a touchdown instead of settling for a field goal, that could have changed things. If the refs had any balls and called it a touchback instead of a touchdown on that Jeremiah Smith fumble, that could have changed things. Would it made it closer if those things happened? Probably. Would we have won? I don't know. Would it have been like 20 to 7, 13 maybe instead of 27-9. I don't know. But like I said, there was a couple things that if they had fallen the right way for us, we would have had it. We would have been in the game for much longer than we were. But didn't happen this year. And like I said, I'm not that depressed about things because I'm still seeing that we're the youngest team in the Big Ten. We got a heck of a quarterback with a lot of potential and a lot of skill position players. And if we could just get both lines set up right, offensive line, defensive line, I think we could be a problem.
And
There's
I think
a-
we need
Go ahead.
the coaching staff, Sharon Moore, to be more judicious with his timeouts. Like, why are you calling a timeout with 2:03 left in the second quarter? Why? Why? They're just gonna run out the clock to go to the 2-minute warning anyway. What are you doing?
Or if you're gonna try to get the ball back, why didn't you call it earlier? Like, why did he wait or all the way to 2? Anyways, for this, I mean, if we're talking about this season, next season, there needs to be a massive shakeup in terms of who's calling the plays on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. So,
This guy,
um,
smokes.
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, you can't get away with a Wink Martindale bend but don't break when you have no pressure on the ball. And that was a critical error that everyone saw anytime heading up into the end of this season. And you don't think that OSU was watching that like constantly? Why did they switch to this like short dinking game that they just played in the middle of the game? Because they knew you can't stop our athletic wide receivers if you play this bend but don't break thing. And so yeah, they took that 12-minute drive just to prove a point that you can't stop us. And we did nothing to adjust to it. Nothing. We just let them do it. And so that to me is a sign of literally just incompetence. And we need someone younger. We need someone younger. Get a younger guy to call the defense because this whole philosophy of Wink is not even working anymore. It doesn't
Mamma
work.
mia.
So I don't know how much of that was Wink. There was a part in the game where they panned to Sharon and Wink. It was like a 3rd down and 5, and Sharon was saying something to him like, you need to do this or do that, and I think Wink just kind of like bowed to what Sharon wanted to do, which was lay back, don't put pressure on the quarterback, just let the front four just keep getting mauled by their offensive line.
Come on, man.
I think Sharon may be meddling a little too much. He's
Come
meddling a little too
on.
much.
Sharon said like 2 words to him, and you got that like, oh, bend, don't break, but dude, come on, man. He just turned it to him and said, hey, what down is it? That's probably what he said. What are you talking about?
He said, should I use a timeout here?
Yeah. He said, yo, we got any timeouts left? Because I got to kick him into the halftime.
Oh,
Come on, man. Sharon ain't giving Wink any defensive advice.
Yeah, if there's anyone I'm not taking defensive advice from, it's probably Coach Moore. I mean, he was probably talking about, how aggressive are you going to get for this one or something like that. I don't know.
He might have said, hey,
I don't know what
you
they
got some
talk about.
gum? You got some gum?
Who knows? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, let's look at the 2 big plays that they had, and in terms of a defensive call, there's no pressure on the ball. Everyone's playing in a zone-ish type of thing. They don't know who's handing off what receiver to what person, and Mangum's back there because Mason Curtis got injured. Like, he's the worst defender of them all, and of course he gets burned. Like, that's the essence of it all.
Let's just take a timeout though, because on those 2 touchdowns that they had, one to Jeremiah Smith and one to Colonel Tate. I mean, we're talking about 2 early first rounders, NFL first rounders, making elite moves. Come on. You can't deny that fact. And if you don't have elite corners like a Will Johnson, it's gonna be tough covering those guys.
That's Smith.
Especially if you're going
touchdown to
one-on-one with
Smith.
them on the outside.
Yeah, that first touchdown to Smith, it was like 4th and 5, and Benny bit
Yeah.
on that little inside move like hard. I mean that I think any normal corner would have bit on that, considering
Yeah.
it's only 5 yards.
Yeah,
But
because
then
they're
he didn't
probably
have the
thinking, all
makeup
right, you know, I
speed.
want to make sure he doesn't get the 4th and 5. He bites on it real hard,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he breaks it out for a touchdown. So, you know, like I said, unless you're like an elite defender going one-on-one against what they say is a generational talent at wide receiver, you know, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and then he had all day. The only
mm,
quarterback who's gonna miss that throw,
oh,
you know
don't.
who it is. You know the only quarterback who's gonna miss that wide open throw after that juke move. I mean, come on,
Davis Warren? I
Bryce
don't know who.
Underwood. You know why? Because he's gonna throw that as a
Alex
dart
Orji? I don't know.
right into the defender's gut, and it's gonna be an INT.
How dare you? This guy. Holy smokes. I don't know why he's so down on Bryce Underwood. Like I said, he didn't have the greatest game in the world. He missed on a couple of opportunities, but you know, I still think that the young man has the number one, the work ethic and the drive and determination to become better. Because without that, all you're going to become is a Jamarcus Russell. Okay, let's be
I
real.
don't know. I
I
mean,
know I'm digging deep into the archives right now to
Yeah.
to make my points for Bryce Underwood. All right. Without that, you become no more than a Jamarcus Russell. Who else was there? A Todd Marinovich. You know, one of these guys. So he's got the drive and the determination. Okay. Second, we all know that he's got the goods physically. Okay. So I believe that this young man is going to be able to put all those things together, the mental, the physical, and become a great quarterback that leads the University of Michigan to championships. So I raise my glass to you, Bryce, for the future. Wow. Look at
Why bring in Marshall at the end too? I don't understand that.
Jordan Marshall.
Yeah.
I have a
I mean, he
confession
probably
now.
wanted to get in there, man. You know, Jordan Marshall's a dog as well. You know what I mean? The Cincinnati kid. You know what I'm saying? He
But
probably
it's the
wanted to get in there.
but it's the coach's responsibility to think about the team and say, you know what, Jordan,
Right.
I know you want to be in there, but you got one shoulder. You can't catch the ball. There's a risk of you fumbling the ball because you only have one arm.
It was him catching that third and out. He was like this.
It's true. I mean, Donald played with one hand in the game. You know, are we forgetting that? Are we forgetting what Donovan Edwards did at the horseshoe with one hand?
Anyway,
Come on.
anyway.
My confession is this. I have a confession.
Oh
I
my
have a
gosh.
Oh,
This is turning into an episode of The Real World. What are we doing here? All these
think
confessions.
I think Bryce has physical talent at the QB position that I've never seen before. But I think he has been too pampered.
Oh,
I think he has been pampered at the high school level. I think he's been pampered by Joe Lee and the $12 million. I think he's been pampered all season by this coaching staff.
oh my days.
I I don't know if he could have the want it, the I want to get better, but is he he may not know what he doesn't know, which is like he's just doesn't have the grit and like the I don't know
Moxie.
just
Mox.
the moxie, put my head down, going to a submarine. I want to get better. He's about taking selfies with fans when the game's still not over.
Wow.
Secret handshakes with Sharon Moore.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
This guy, holy smokes.
I gotta
I
tell you, man.
reject all
I
that.
don't
I
know. I
reject
don't know
all that.
why you guys keep saying like he's the most physically, athletically impressive quarterback you've seen. I mean, I get it. He's tall. He's probably strong. He can't throw a ball accurately. He has no touch in terms of throwing like a ball into space and dropping it in to the bread basket, so to speak. Okay, fine. So he's like 6, whatever, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever pounds, and he can throw a ball 2,000 miles an hour. But how does that make him a good quarterback? Maybe it should be a different position. Can he catch the ball? Can he catch the ball and become a tight end or something?
Oh, boy.
Dude, I just don't understand why people think he's such a great quarterback. Like, I haven't seen anything this entire year it, for a full game or even a full half where he's shown like high elite quarterback ability. Yeah, he's thrown some balls into tight coverage because he throws the ball like 3,000 miles an hour to his first read, and then some like one of our McCulley or Marsh, they happen to catch the ball. I just don't understand why this guy is so elite. I don't get it.
This guy, come on. There's a huge jump from high school to college and then from college to the pros. Nobody knows this. This is not a revolutionary statement. And so for this young man to lead a major collegiate program to 8 wins and 3 losses in his first year as a starter is pretty darn impressive, especially given the fact that he's, I think, still 19 years old. So I raise my glass to Bryce Underwood.
Regardless of age, I'm gonna flip it back on the coaches. Like maybe there should have been a dual quarterbacking time during this whole season, especially when we saw like he was struggling at away games, command of the offense, everything like that. I think I'm surprised we got all these like backup quarterbacks that were starting quarterbacks elsewhere, and we just didn't do anything with them. And so that's the part where I think with any freshman quarterback, there's that veteran presence that you should have with it. We never saw it. Maybe it was just always in practice, but there's times where yeah, Bryce should be sitting back and watching and learning from someone. And so that's the part where I feel like we, knowing kind of like this whole season in retrospect, there should have been those middle tier games where we saw more of the backup, and that Bryce could sit back and kind of take a look at what's going on with it. So that's the part where I'm really kind of not happy. I'm not happy also with our two starting running backs not being in the game, which means we basically overused them leading up to the game, which we were on a third string walk on running back as kind of like our lead back into the game. That's poor planning on our part.
But he was serviceable. He was doing his part. I don't
Yeah.
think he was, it's not like he cost us the game. I think he did what he was supposed to do. It's just that we just couldn't win the trenches on
Yeah.
either side of the ball. I think that's what it comes down to. We couldn't protect Bryce. 77 just got mauled all
Oh,
day.
wow. Wow, wow, wow.
And then the D line, Rashawn Denny, Moore, TJ Guy, like those guys were supposed to be the guys stepping up this year. And deflating way to go out. A deflating way for them to go out.
Yeah, I really thought the defensive line would have played better this game. I thought that this game was going to be their opportunity to really make a mark on their, on this season. But man, oh man, they complete non-factor in pass defense.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. You saw Sane at the interview? Looked like it was photo day. Like
Oh,
so clean. He was looked so clean, like photo day. Like, his hair was perfect.
it's
Get
seriously.
rid of Wink. Get rid of Wink.
Oh, this guy, come on. I mean, honestly, if there was one thing that was frustrating me was I think we sent in blitzes very few times, but when we did, we just sent them right up the middle.
Yeah,
There
nothing.
was no variation on where the blitz was coming from. There was no, element of surprise, element of switching things up, of uncertainty for the offensive line. The offensive line, they were like, all right, yeah, where's the pressure coming from? It's coming from right there. Everybody got it. Yep, yep. Okay, hike the ball. Boom. And they handled the pressure, no problem at all.
They didn't even need the running back to block at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like all 5 of the offensive linemen for Ohio State, credit to them. They played very well. They, handed off blocks very well. Pass rushers, et cetera, et cetera. They did a heck of a job. Their offensive line plus their tight ends. So, give credit where credit is due.
No, it was a misuse of Jay Barnum. Everyone.
Well, I don't know. Again, I look at these things and I say, how much of a difference would, if Ernest was there, how much of a difference would that have made?
Huge, huge difference.
I wish he was there, But again, I don't know the whole story behind the thing, you know, whether he wanted to come back and the coaches were like, "Nope, sorry, you walked out on the team," or if it was like, "I don't want to come back and I'm not sure," and the coaches were like, "All right, it is what." I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I don't think anybody does except the houseman.
All we know is that we missed him a lot.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
It would have made some impact, but it wouldn't have mattered. You're right.
I mean, it's all those little things though that add up. Houseman not being there, Bredesen not being there, Jordan not being able to go much more than a quarter, the blown call by the refs on that touchdown, touchback, all these little things start adding up. So it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it all adds up to a pretty convincing
So
Buckeye victory.
did we get robbed with that call?
Like I said, I don't know that we would have won the game if that touchdown touchback call was reversed, but it would have made things a lot more interesting. I'll put it that way, you know. Because imagine how loud the stadium would have got, how much juice there would have been in that house. Because it was fourth and 5. No, wait, was it 4th and 5? It was 4th and 5, right?
No,
What
Fourth
was
and
it?
no.
five. Yeah, it was 4th and 5.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
that was the
fourth and
play.
five.
Oh yeah, it was the
Yeah.
play. Yeah,
Well,
you're right.
regardless, it was 4th and 5 or 1st and 5. The touchback would have gave the ball to us anyway. So that was a humongous call that was blown by the refs. Again, did it cost us the game? Probably not. Well, we don't know. We don't know. But it was so early in the game. If it was like last minute, then yeah, probably. But since it was still early in the first half, who knows? But it's all those things that are like, who knows? Who knows?
Anyways,
The more I talk to you guys, the more drunk I get. Holy smokes. Any final thoughts on the season, gentlemen? Team 146.
yeah, I'm ready for basketball.
Yowzers.
Yeah, looking forward to the I don't know, citrus or Gator Bowl or whatever, Outback Bowl or one of those sun-kissed bowls or something.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what bowl we'll end up with? Who knows?
It's always citrus when we don't have a good team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
But it's another opportunity for this young team to play together, to practice, to get better. Because I think they come back next year markedly improved on both phases of the ball. We didn't talk about our punter. What was that? That 10-yard
Oh
punt?
my
We
gosh.
need to find a punter. That was a deflating kick. Zavada, bright spot today, 3 for 3. So glad that he bounced back. But our special team needs to shore up. And, I think the experience that this young team got this year will show up next year. And
Hmm.
I think that, we'll make a run next year. I think we'll be better. I think we have a tougher schedule next year, but
Yeah.
we'll be better. We'll be better.
I want to encourage all the young viewers out there. If you want to get a scholarship to the University of Michigan, start punting now. Start punting now. The easiest way to get a full ride to the University of Michigan. You know what? And even maybe make a little NIL money depending on what you do during the off season. Maybe you could start a cooking show or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here. What's the word? Free balling? Whatever. Anyway,
You're
Uh,
drunk.
uh, I'm just
You're
saying
drunk.
the easiest way to get a scholarship at the University of Michigan right now is to become a punter because there's a dire need for not even a good punter, a decent punter at the University of Michigan. Okay. Anywho, gentlemen, any final thoughts before we wrap it up? Wow, no more words. All the emotion has been let out. All the feelings have been felt. And so with that, we still got the bowl game. So, until then, for another month and a half, we raise our glass to Team 146. Give it your all today. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt the effort. As disappointed as I am with the result, there's one thing I don't doubt the effort that the team gave today. the emotion. This team cared. They cared a lot, and they wanted to win. So I raise my glass to that. Team 146. Keep practicing, keep getting better, and we're going to be hoping for a better result and a win for our bowl game. We say go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue.
Go Indiana Hoosiers.
Go Indiana Hoosiers.
Yes.
Yes. You're awful. You're awful.